analogies. All right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Galaxy Greg, and welcome to episode 13 of the Be More Nerdy podcast. Today with me, there is our other co-host, Diva XOXO.
What it is, little dummies?
And then DJ TJonez.
What's going on, everybody?
And today, our topic is going to be our Avatar episode. You hear us talk about it all the time. Oh, God, part one. Well, Avatar The Last Airbender. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So we talk about this show a lot. We all like it like a lot because, you know, all the themes it's got in it, you know, it's really slice of lifey, but it's got some good action, some good comedy. I think it's a very well balanced show. I think we can all agree on that. But I just think it's a dope show all around. It's got everything you could ever want: character development, action, comedy, sadness. Like, you get the feels. So, but before we get into that, we're gonna start off the pod with our newest segment, the Be More Nerdy News.
The BNN.
Big nigga nuts. Let's go. So there is, since we took last week off, all of us were a little drained, but since we took last week off, there's a lot on this list for news, and I was like, yo, what the fuck when I was making all this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bullet points that we're probably going to get deep into detail with. So Ben, I need you to make a timestamp if no one wants to hear the news, but if you do, it's going to be a good conversation because there's been a lot of tea-bins getting spilled. Today is July the 12th. Yeah, a lot of shit's going on these past 2 weeks since we last recorded.
Well, that's cool because now they're going to come back with a nice long one. It'll be like we made up for the week we missed.
Mm-hmm.
Giving it to you long, just how you like it. Let's get it. So I'm going to start with this one. This one was so dope. This is nostalgia. I was so happy to see this. Cartoon Network confirms that Teen Titans is coming back in 2020 and fall of 2020 for the 6th and final season of the show.
Fucking finally, because that shit that's on TV now is ass.
Oh my God. Like, Teen Titans Go has some good inside jokes. Like, you'll see background stuff and I'll laugh at it. Like, okay, that's funny. That's from a comic book that no one really knows about and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't like it.
I like it because it takes all the characters and like the development that they made in like Teen Titans and just, I guess, throws it all down the drain. It just makes them goofy. Like, they bitch Robin every 10 seconds in that show. Like, they make Robin look like all types of weak. Beast Boy can't fucking talk when he's an animal. Like, it's just as goofy, and I don't like.
The crazy thing that Cartoon Network is doing that with all their cartoons. Look at Thundercats.
Hell yeah!
Look, what the hell is that? They brought back Thundercats. It looks horrible, and they brought back Thundercats before. Yeah,
and they brought it back in 2011. It was amazing.
It was dope. It was so good.
And I don't understand why they canceled it. I guess like people were saying it didn't get enough watches, which I'm like, I think it's probably ridiculous. I
thought it was really good.
I thought it was so good, and then I saw this, and I'm like, this is trash. Pure trash.
Absolutely trash.
Just re-release the 2011 again. Promise you, I'll watch it. I will give you all.
It was really good. And if you never watched 2011 remake of Thundercats, please go watch it. It was so dope.
It's worth it.
So I was just happy to hear because I just got some amazing memories with Teen Titans. So, and how it ended just left me not a bad taste in my mouth, but it was like, yo, come on, give me some more episodes. So, and I don't know if y'all know, but at the end of the Teen Titans Go movie, they had a clip of them like trying to get back on camera. Like, I think we found a way back, and like that was like 2-3 years ago, and people have been like, yo, it's coming back. So now that they finally confirmed it, I'm happy as shit. So I'm ready for that.
On a side note off of this one, have anyone watched Justice League Dark Apocalypse yet?
Nope.
That ending is so good.
I need to watch it.
I don't have the DC thing. Someone trying to hook me up with alleged links, a password, something. I need something, dog.
HBO Max had DC, but it looks like DC is just they took it off, and they're just going to be pushing forward their own streaming service.
Damn.
Look, that's a smart business move, so I can't be mad.
I can't be mad, but damn. But I need to watch it. I've just been so caught up. Like, I'm binging the Avatar because of this episode, and then I started JoJo's. I finished part 1. So
that's the best one. Other than after that, it goes down.
I heard 3 was the best one.
I haven't got. No one likes Jotaro.
I got to Jotaro and I stopped watching.
People like Joseph Joestar more than Jotaro.
The first one was good. Then they changed the power structure and everything else, but I love the first one.
Well, I'm going on the 2.
I'm not watching that show. Next show. So next, be more nerdy news. Bullet point: Umbrella Academy season 2 premieres July 31st on Netflix.
Let's go. Umbrella Corporation was made by the lead singer and songwriter of My Chemical Romance. It is such a great show.
I think it's okay. Like I rewatched it, but I went back through it. The hype was so high because comparatively to all the other shows I watch, it's like, this show's like a solid 7.5.
I love it. It's not as dark as The Boys. It's more lighthearted, but it has some dark moments, like the toxicness. That's my bag. The toxicness of this show. The father was such a fucked up person, man. He was horrible. He sent Space Boy to the moon to live there for 4 years for no fucking reason at all. Led him to believe that he had a mission that he had to keep sending moon samples back to the father, and the father would just never, because the father couldn't cope with what he did to him. That was fucked up. Then when he did to Klaus can see dead people. So Klaus was terrified of his powers as a young boy. So the father made him stay at a cemetery for days and just locked him inside of a whatever you call it. I can't think of the name. He locked him in the crypt. He locked him in the crypt for days, and they would come in and he'd check on him. And he said, "Are you afraid of the dark now still?" He was like, No, I'm not afraid. Let me out. And he's like, "Okay, 2 more hours," and just locked the doors and left again. So after that, Klaus hated his powers. So Klaus started doing drugs to numb his powers. Like he was such a fucked up person. And then what he did to Vanya is absolutely ridiculous, but I cannot talk about it because it would give the whole show away.
So Benton needs to watch this apparently.
Yes.
You haven't watched it yet? Yeah, it's a good show. I'm not gonna say that. Like, there's a lot of toxic shit that happens.
You know how long my show list is?
It's more so. I'm gonna start we're gonna start having homework where we all gotta just watch a show.
I think we should start. We should start doing that. We should watch a show together and then get on here and talk about it.
We watch a lot of shows together.
But like there was a lot of toxic moments in there. Like the one chick's power was I'll just watch the show. Just watch the show.
You're talking about the other sister.
I heard rumors.
Yes. Oh my god.
Her power is actually pretty fucking dope. But all right. So the next thing, I just saw this the other day because of Benton. This shit's hard. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are making another comic called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. It's going to be about all 3 of the brothers die, and one survives and goes on a warpath for vengeance.
I want to hear theories.
They have not said anything about who the surviving turtle will be.
Have not kept up with Ninja Turtles, but I've seen like some of the comments come out. Like they had the Batman and Ninja Turtles. They also introduced a new Ninja Turtle who was pretty dope.
There was like a 5th one, yeah. I have not either. However, this would make me read Ninja Turtle comics because I watched the shows. I watched. What was it? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Flash Forward, then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Back to the Future. I watched all them shows. Those are my Saturday lineup shows for a long time. So I'm interested and invested.
Don't go watch the original movies. They didn't age well.
Wait. Those ones are bad. The new ones are not bad. The new ones are not bad. People shit on them, but I like them. They were decent movies. Like they were watchable. But how I feel about it, you said theories. So people were talking a lot in the comments saying, it's not going to be Raph or Leo because those 2 are leaders. Those 2 are going to give their lives up for their younger brothers. They're the 2 oldest. So, they're the people that's going to survive. So people basically leveled it down to it's either going to be, and they've already had redemption stories. So they leveled it down to it's either going to be Donatello or Michelangelo. And my personal belief is it's going to be Michelangelo, like everyone's been saying. Why? Because he's the youngest and he's the goofiest. So at some point in time, he has to grow up. I don't think it'll be Donatello because Donatello lacks skill, and that would be good for him showing like his growth and becoming, more aggressive and stuff like that. However, he's very tech savvy. So I feel like it's just going to lead the boys more towards Donatello because it gives you more room for not only comedy, but dark comedy. Like he's always been a goofy character, but he's always been able to prove himself on the battlefield, even though he gets himself into a bunch of shit. So I feel like it would be his fault that they got killed by him getting into some shit, and then they end up saving him and getting him out of it, so that he feels bad and he now feels like he has to redeem himself. Versus Donatello, I can't see a reason why he would be the only one surviving.
I do think it's going to be Mikey, and it's going to be different seeing Mikey not be that goofy, funny character and be serious and bent on revenge type deal, which I'm excited to see from Mikey, because I feel like Mikey needs that kind of development. I feel like Donatello does too, but I just don't see him. I just don't see that happening from him. Now, granted, I did see a fan theory about how Donatello puts in a lot of practice, and he puts in a lot of practice, and he's working. It'll be a good way to show that, show his skills and show his development. But I don't think that's where they're gonna go. I think it'll be definitely much more emotionally impactful for the storyline and for the fans if it's Mikey who's doing the redemption arc, or the revenge arc.
I mean, and if you had Leo or Raph in that position, then it literally would just be really cliche, like the leader couldn't protect his brothers, now he's on the warpath, or Raphael the hothead, Leo failed and he's supposed to be the one that steps up. Right. And they all died, but he didn't, so he's on it. That'd be too cliche and too predictable. It's too predictable.
We want to see Mikey become a badass. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, we do.
You can get a lot of cool, funny ass jokes out of Mikey too. Like, he could be an aggressive ass Spider-Man. Spider-Man with the black suit.
It's like when you see Thomas Wayne become Batman in Flashpoint. Thomas Wayne was he was such a nice guy. He loved his family and stuff like that. But then you see the drunken...
And that nigga shot fucking Reverse Flash.
Yeah, you see the drunken, broken Thomas Wayne. You're like, oh, shit, man.
Well, when you see a kid get shot, it'll do that to you. All right, next news point is Janelle Monáe is attempting to be casted as Storm in the new Black Panther movie.
No. I'm 100% for it.
Why don't you want Janelle Monáe to play Storm? Let me hear your reasons.
I feel like there could be...
You still want Holly to do it?
I don't know who I want to do it, but I don't know if I want it to be Janelle Monáe. And don't get me wrong, I love Janelle Monáe. She can get it. But
oh wow,
I don't see it.
She
can. Oh wow, she can. I just don't know if I see it being Janelle Monáe. So I don't know who I would cast, and I don't have a cast option. I just don't think I would cast Janelle Monáe. But it could be a happy surprise, and my first Black woman superhero could be that fine ass Janelle Monáe, and I'd be okay with it. But I don't know.
You know who I see be Storm?
Who?
I want Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm good. I'll pass.
I don't want her to be Storm, but
I want to see. I want to see her make thunder clap, and then I want her to make it clap. I'm trying to see everything clap. I want the villains to be like, oh shit, hey yo, make that shit clap again. I want that in my movie. I want some comedy. But no, in real talk, Janelle Monáe, she could play the role. I think she would do well, because I feel like if not, they're gonna try and either recycle Halle Berry, or they're gonna get they would never do that. Some new unknown actor or slightly known actor to be the role, and I don't think they will do well. Now, that's all speculation. I feel like Storm's not too hard of a role to play, but you got to do it right.
I feel like if they do a Storm, they need to go deeper. I feel like they don't go deep with Storm, and it's very annoying. I would like to see Storm, if they introduce her not a part of the X-Men, but introduce her in Africa, and Black Panther finds her. Give her own storyline.
I would like that too, but I don't know. The last Storm didn't they introduce her, back when she was working for Dark Shadow or whatever?
Yeah, but they
that way.
And they didn't build on her though. She was a background character. Same thing with Halle Berry. I mean, Halle Berry is Halle Berry, so they gave her talking points, but it wasn't no build on her character whatsoever.
She was just there. She got screen time. That's all that was.
Yeah. So
that's all it was.
Go deeper with Storm.
Yeah. Make her dark skin. I want a dark skin Storm in the comics.
I don't want
that Aunt Viv shit. No offense to Aunt Viv, but I want season 1 and
don't whitewash my.
I mean, we could find a prominent African actor.
But that's what I was thinking. Maybe it'd be like, instead of it being somebody like Janelle Monáe, who, granted, no shade, no tea to her, is great, but like we could, this be a time to bring a new actor or actress to the forefront, a new Black actor, of darker skin to the forefront.
You gotta earn positions like that. You don't just get them. You gotta really prove yourself. Because remember, they put in a bunch of money.
Maybe they could use the girl from Queen and Slim. I think she would make a good.
I didn't see that movie. Is she thick?
What? Issa Rae.
I'm sorry. I don't know if she could act it out, but
you said Issa Rae or Lisa Rae?
Issa. Not all Lisa Rae. Get your mind off the asses.
Get you right.
Yo, I'm asking. These fights don't always go through well.
You're asking.
I'm not asking, nigga.
You're asking.
Look, I'm not. I'm just saying. Storm is always. I mean, you can portray a character however you want. They're fictional, technically speaking. Like Nick Fury was white until the new MCU, but Storm can't be white. I'm sorry. That's not something we can just flip.
I will blow.
She comes from South Africa.
No, that's some shit that would say chill. They would be like, she comes from South Africa, so she's still African. Respect the Queen of Wakanda. Nah, fuck you, nigga.
You can't have this.
Nope. All right, so that's how we feel on that one. All right, next one. This was a sad one. Twitch streamer, I think her name is Olana, committed suicide due to depression. I didn't really watch her. I heard about the story from TJ. I just wanted to mention that because she was Canadian and I think like Vietnamese. But part of the gamer community, so RIP to her. But yeah, depression is a serious thing right now, especially with people being inside. So
yeah, we definitely gotta dig on this. It's not even just people being inside; it's this whole society now, and the way society is, and the way it's set up. Our minds are not built to be on social media 24/7 and to be viewed and judged 24/7. That's why you don't see me on social media as much. I go on for like months, and then I get tired of it, and then I take months off. That's how I do it.
Yeah, you was like in hella posts that I tagged you, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm never on, and then it's just like comment. I'm like, oh, he on today.
Yeah, I'll pop up. Like it's not good for us at all. Like you just see it in all these celebrities as well. Like you see it happening to them. And that's why I tell my niece like all the time because she does her modeling thing, and I tell her I was like, no matter what these people tell you, no matter what they comment on your pictures, you are beautiful. And you should believe in yourself. You don't need to listen to what other people tell you to justify who you are. And it gets to people. Like you just see what just happened with the girl from Glee. She went missing, but I think it was a suicide.
I think she committed suicide.
Wait. You mean the chick?
The Big Sean used to date.
The chick who left her 4-year-old on the boat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think she was gonna commit suicide. I think she did commit suicide. Because the way her 4-year-old son said that she didn't get back in the boat and just told him to chill out while she's gonna stay in the water. And I think because they haven't found her body, I think that she might like put rocks in her pockets or some shit because human bodies float after you drown. So they should have been able to find the body by now. So I think she really like tried to off herself and was just depressed. I don't know.
I feel like sometimes our brains aren't built to handle this.
And as content creators, I feel like it's even more difficult. Like I was listening to one podcaster. Now his name, he's actually fairly famous in like the AniTube world, Nox Taku. And he was just talking about how like he necessarily doesn't mind like all of the negative backlash people. He was like, I've started receiving death threats and stuff like that. He's like, it doesn't bother me as much because I really enjoy what I do. And I do have a good fan base. He's like, but they were just having a conversation, but there was another girl. She was like, "Yeah, she's like, this is what that's what I'm terrified of." She was like, "Yes, I share my opinions, but it's just my opinion, and I can be wrong, and blah blah blah." It was just stuff like that, and you just makes you think like, if you don't agree with somebody, you don't have to be an asshole about it. You cannot agree and that be fine, but like, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
I think it's more so people have this idea that if you're not with me, you're against me, when in reality, I just have a different opinion. And people nowadays, especially with social media, only try to encase themselves with people that think exactly like them. Like some people I know on Twitter say shit like the people on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, if you believe in this, don't follow me, block me, blah blah blah. Like with some of that shit is reasonable, like if your friends, like racism and shit, but at the same time, it's like it'll be for small shit where it's like, okay, like if you're a Republican, follow me, block me because you racist. But in reality, there's nothing wrong with being a Republican. Political parties, me and TJ were talking about this when we went to the range. Political parties are fucking stupid because in the end, you're gonna vote for your best interest or what you believe in. So if a Republican has democratic values, you're gonna vote for them as a Democrat, and that's fucking stupid.
I like people that challenges my ideas. Like I could think completely one way, but if you can challenge my ideas and bring me to another viewpoint, then I want to hear your viewpoint. Don't just block people. That's the whole problem with cancel culture. You just want to cancel somebody because you don't agree with what they're saying. Hear them out and listen to them. Sometimes people need to be canceled because they're completely wrong and dumbasses, but sometimes they may have a valid point. Just hear them out.
Cancel culture to me is only bad. It was good when it started because it would be like racist people doing racist shit and we cancel them because they're doing racist shit and they don't feel bad about it. All right, bet I don't want to support you. That makes sense. But when I say something that you don't like and you decide to cancel my entire platform because of a difference of opinion and you don't want to hear me anymore and you convince others not to listen to me or that I am just a bad person overall because of difference in opinion, that's toxic in and of itself.
Or if you want to cancel me because I said something 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's my other issue. No, because people are allowed to change, develop, and grow. So maybe I said something in the past that I don't want to say maybe necessarily is racist because I'm not going to go down that route, but maybe that was homophobic in the past. But I have learned, I have grown. Maybe I have been introduced to, I have a friend now who is of the homosexual community. And so now I know different. But you can't kill me for that mistake. I can apologize for it, yes, because when I said it, I was wrong. But if I've learned better, what is the point of canceling me? I've learned better. Like, that was then. People grow, people develop. And, like, you can't just be like, oh, you said fuck fags in 2000. Well, that was 20 years ago. I apologize.
I'll give you an example because one of my favorite YouTubers, Twitch streamers, and podcasters, TBH, the Black Okage, he was talking about how he used to say the F word on stream all the time. Yeah, he was like, I used to say the F word all the time. Like, that's just what I did. And I'm not talking about fuck. Yeah, I don't say it. So he was like, I used to say it all the time. It was just part of my vocabulary. It's how I grew up, and it didn't mean like gay or anything to me. It's just a word that we use. But he was talking about
found out this week how that word came to be. And I'll let you guys know after Greg's done. Go ahead, Greg.
All right. So he was saying, like, I used to say it all the time, but then one of my viewers reached out to one of my friends and told them that they don't feel comfortable with me saying it. And I took it into account. I was like, you know what? This word isn't acceptable in this social climate. And he's right. I shouldn't use it. If I'm making my viewers feel uncomfortable, I shouldn't use it. He didn't make any videos addressing it or anything. He just changed the way he was. And he said, I left the videos up so you can see my progression, so that if you come to my channel and you see me now versus then, you can say, this man really grew. He has changed in his ways. So if someone tries to cancel him, he said, I got my insurance. I have changed. And you can show them this podcast because I don't do that no more.
The best apology is change behavior.
Yep. It is.
But I found out that because they were talking, I listened to this old Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking about how the word came to be. So basically, everyone knows that the word means a bundle of sticks. And back in the olden days, they considered it to be burdensome. So they used to call women that. They used to say women are, I'm not going to say it, women are the F word because they're burdensome. They're a burden on you. So like carrying a bundle of sticks is a burden. So when they started calling men that, they started calling feminine men that, because they would say it's like when they say a woman's the bitch, or so they start calling men bitches. Like it was like that. That's how that word came to be. It's like, oh, you're a feminine man, you're burdensome like a woman.
Like a woman.
Got it. Interesting. See, y'all just got a little gem right there. So
history lesson.
All right, with that, where you want to go next? You want to go Last of Us 2, or you want to go?
No. I'm just gonna leave off with this one last note. Make sure y'all take care of your mental states, because that's really important.
Please.
And along with the Black Lives Matter shits that's going on right now, I'm not saying shits in a bad way. I say it like things when I can't think of the word things. There's a lot still going on, and just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not getting talked about. That's something I wanted to say at the beginning, but I forgot. But just make sure y'all still keep posting, y'all still keep talking about it, because things will not change unless you want them to change. So with that, we can go on to the next thing, which is another toxic thing, and that's The Last of Us 2.
Yes.
Voice actor Laura Bailey is receiving death threats for her role as Abby in The Last of Us 2.
Which I just recently finished, and it was an amazing game.
Let's talk about it.
Why?
For what happens in the game, I don't want to give it out. Spoiler alerts.
Okay, spoiler. No,
spoiler. Okay.
Wait. I'll just do a spoiler alert.
All right.
I'm saying spoiler alert now.
Mark it
like
down.
this, if you didn't know this was gonna happen, you didn't pay attention in fucking 6th grade English when they taught you how to predict how a story is going to go via foreshadowing.
Wait, is this the one where the girl's the main character and everybody was tripping out before the game was released because one of the characters is transgender or something like that, and they're like,
she's not transgender. She's I'm pretty sure she has an extra chromosome there. She's big, or she has more testosterone. Abby.
No, Abby's just the character Abby. They started that on fucking Reddit because they saw like her character model, and she's buff as fuck. Like she's just huge.
So the two main characters of this game is lesbian and this another buff chick. She's not straight. She's not gay. She's straight. She's straight. She just built like a dude.
So there was so I don't know if you guys listen to this because it's a little, it's not anything. It's called The Read. It's a podcast as well. But one of the hosts is he's a gamer, kind of nerdy type of kid, like kind of like us, but not us. Because they don't talk about this. They talk about more like pop culture and stuff like that.
This is pop culture.
No, but like more like music, whatever's trending, more like trending topics, not like
this is a trending topic.
Yeah,
this is pop culture.
Oh my gosh, but not like we do more specifically towards the gaming community, the anime.
Oh, you mean in general?
I'm talking about theirs is more generalized than ours is. Ours is a little bit more specific. Right. So he was talking about how he plays the game or whatever in the gaming community, and they read people like the gays do. Well, I'm the gays, but like, a read when you call people out on stuff and you go in on them. So that's why it's called The Read. So in his read, he was talking about how basically like because you're upset about some plot points in the game or like some things that are happening with this game, don't pull it in to say that you don't like it because a character may or may not be gay or may not be transgender just because you're transphobic. Like, that's not why you're mad. You're mad because of this. But for you to say you're mad because of something else, like, that's fucked up. And that's just how I knew about this game, because we all know I don't play games.
So the main reason that people were mad, spoiler once again, so skip about 10 seconds ahead, is because Joel dies. Joel is the character that was taking care of Ellie in the first one. He basically risked humanity to save her because she's immune to the virus. And at the end of the last game, they were going to like harvest her brain to get basically the antibodies to make a cure for the virus. But he found out that was going to kill her. So he killed all the fireflies in the room, which are soldiers, and took her and told her that they didn't need her anymore, right? Or that they wouldn't have a cure.
They weren't all soldiers. Some were just doctors.
Surgeons, yeah.
Yeah.
So
the one was Abby's father.
Yep.
And that's why Abby comes after Joel, and she straight up Walking Dead Glenn's his ass.
Golf club at that.
Yes. In front of Ellie. They held Ellie down, they held Tommy down, and they beat Joel to death.
And yeah, people were mad because at the beginning of the game, Joel died. They were like, nope, we want the game redone. And then they were mad at that, but another spoiler, the ending, they were also mad because at the end, Ellie decided to spare Abby.
Oh my God, it was so amazing. I loved it. It was basically trying to show duality and show the problem with revenge, that you basically hurt yourself going after revenge. It was so amazing. So you get to play as Abby, you get to play as Ellie, both, and you're just going back and forth. Ellie's trying to track down Abby, and she's killing all her friends. Abby kills all, what's the name? She doesn't kill them all, but she almost kills all her friends. And that last fight was absolutely amazing.
I wonder how Ellie even stood a chance, because Abby's like bigger than most dudes.
Abby is bigger, but Ellie is quicker, and she can fight. She knows how to fight. She knows how to handle herself. That's what it was.
I mean, she survived this long, right?
Yeah, and plus, when she finds Abby, Abby's always been beaten. Abby was beaten up and strung to a pole. And like she was and then Ellie goes and saves her just to fight her. So,
I mean,
it's so good. There is a
Joel.
transgender character in the game. His name is Lev.
Okay.
He was a part of this cult, and the game is just amazing. You gotta play it. The cult wanted him to be a girl. He's born female. He didn't identify as female. He wanted to be a boy, and his family didn't understand what was wrong with him, and they wanted him to be a girl. And in this cult, when he turns a certain age, he's supposed to get married to a man. And he's like, I don't want to be married to a man. I want to be a warrior. I don't want to be a girl. I want to be a man. So he shaves his head, and him and his sister runs away. And Abby meets up with them. They help her out. She helps them out, and then her and Lev end up becoming like best friends and living together and stuff like that. And of course, everyone that Abby knows is just accepting of it. Like, they don't talk about it, because I knew she was trans like right in the beginning. I was like, ain't that a girl? And they kept calling her boy, and then I ended up figuring it out. I was like, okay. And so Abby and Lev get captured by this one group and gets put into slavery, and then they get beat for trying to escape, and then they get hung up. And then Ellie comes to kill Abby. She's trying to track down Abby, and she finds out that she's been a slave to this group. So since she ends up liberating all the slaves, and then finding her chained up on the beach, and she was like already beaten. So then she helps her escape. She gets her to the boat, and she was going to let her go, and then she was like, I can't let you leave. And then Abby looks at her and was like, I don't want to do this with you. She was like, we can just go. And she was like, no, I can't let you leave. So and she was like, if you don't fight me, then I'll just kill Lev, because Lev was like knocked out, gone.
Wow.
And they straight up fight, like just horrible brawl. They just blow after blow after blow, beating the hell out of each other. Ellie stabs Abby. Abby bites off Ellie's fingers. It was just a crazy fight. It was really good.
Nah, you gotta die after that, because now I got personal stake in this. Fuck Joel at this point. I lost a finger. Fuck
bit
you.
Off
You're
two
dying.
fingers. She had the chance to kill her. They were just fighting each other. She stabbed her a couple times, and then she held her underwater, was strangling her, and like Abby was like just ready to give up, because she was just so beaten and broken, and she was like, fuck it, just kill me. And then Ellie stops and let her live.
No, I'd kill her. You bit off my fingers. Fuck you.
That's what happens when you go after revenge, man. That's what happens.
When I go after revenge, I finish. Fuck that. I started this shit. I'm ending it. Because guess what? So I think I've always understood. Games taught me this early on. One game I played, Fable. It was like, if you kill mercenaries that are after you, right? Because you don't have to kill them. You can kill them. If you kill them, or if you go in someone's house and kill their family, their kids will run away. And then later on, they will come after you when they're older and be like, you killed my family, and like try and pull up. I understood that at a young age, that if I kill someone's after my ass. Yep. I'm not ever going to let my guard down after that. I know someone's unless I kill you and your whole. That's why my theory is, if you go after revenge, you really got to kill the person. You got to kill their kids. You got to kill their first cousins. You got to kill their uncles and aunts. You got to wipe out their bloodline, essentially, because then no one can come for revenge except for a friend.
And then Ellie lost everything, because she had a girlfriend. Her girlfriend was pregnant, and they had a baby together before she left to go after her. And she kept telling her, don't leave me here. Don't leave me. Stay here. Just let it go. And Ellie couldn't let it go. She kept having like trauma from seeing Joel getting beat. Like, she was having flashbacks and stuff like that. So she couldn't let it go. When everything was said and done, she comes home. The whole house is packed up, and Dina took the kid and just left her. So she's by herself. So she lost everything, chasing revenge.
Dina a homie hopper. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
She is, yo.
I don't give a fuck.
No, like the night she broke up with old dude, she was kissing on Ellie. Then they go on an adventure, and then she fucking.
Then she tells her she's pregnant. I was pissed at that. Ellie was pissed too. She said, "How you tell me you pregnant now? You could have told me before." She's like, "Well, I didn't know," and all that stuff.
You don't always know.
Oh my god! But we out in this wilderness fighting people and shit. I don't want a pregnant girl out here.
I'm out here shanking niggas, and you ready to give birth? Fuck out of here, dog.
That is fair.
All right. So next, be more nerdy news. Pop Smoke's new album.
Great.
Feelings, thoughts?
Great.
Thank you, Lord. I was waiting on it and it was great. I enjoyed it. I will say it wasn't what I was expecting. And maybe it's because I wanted The Woo.
Everybody wanted that. They wanted like the same beats, and he switched it up. He went more commercial with them.
He went it was very more like melodic, which was nice. It was nice to hear that he could do that, which kind of sucks because now we know that we can't get to see him progress.
He had a very prominent career.
I just want y'all to know I'm disappointed in y'all. Y'all wanted the same thing from an artist. I want to see an artist grow. I want to see you do some risky, different shit.
But he didn't do any like on this. And from what I hear, there's like 400 more songs that they could possibly release.
Yes,
and I pray that they do. But he didn't do anything like his old style. Like there was no, and
I know,
and it wasn't even in a bad way. There was just nothing of it. But it still had that Pop Smoke album flow where you're listening to it and it sounds like one long ass song. Like I cannot tell you names of songs. I think I listened through it and when it was over, I was like, I finished? Like at the end of the album?
There was some songs I could detect, like, okay, this is a different songs, but like the first three, I could not. I didn't know I even got 3 songs in. I was like, what the fuck?
Like, but I'm saying it still had that flow. Like when I think I got to probably like the middle of the album, and I was like, damn, this is a long album. But then when it was over, I was like, damn, it's over. So
funny he redid Mini Man because I remember when I first heard his mixtape, I was like, yo, he sounds like a young 50 Cent. When I first heard it, I was like, yo, he sounds like this generation's 50 Cent.
That song was actually dope as fuck. I actually like that a lot.
Yes.
That and yeah.
That's on my running playlist. I got a lot of Pop Smoke on my running playlist.
Rulers, shooters. Like I be at work just bumping my head. I be talking about rulers and shooters. The white people be looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I be saying that. I be running. I be out 4:00 in the morning. I got my Pop Smoke blasting. I'm running. I'm singing this shit.
It's a great way to do it too. It is.
So what y'all giving this album out of 10? And be real with yourselves. Not just it was good.
I'll give it an 8.
About 3 times.
I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
It's an 8.
8. 8's across the board. So this gets an 8 average. Yeah. That's good.
I feel like it's an 8 type of album. I think I probably wanted more from it, but like when the artist isn't in it, you can kind of sense that. Like it's not a heavy feeling, but I can feel that he wasn't.
Yeah, because he didn't get final say on every song.
Right, he didn't get final say on every single song, and you can sense that. But it's still an 8. It's still a great album. They did him well. Like he should be nothing but proud.
Not Virgil though.
Fuck Virgil. What the fuck was that? Did y'all see that shit that they tried to release?
What happened?
Virgil, the dude from Off-White clothing company. He did the album cover and it was horrible.
It was horrendous. Not the one.
Oh, the one that was like him with the Drake cover and the chains and shit.
Yeah. That shit was bad. Virgil, so bad. What the fuck was that?
Damn. So the last note I have, the most toxic thing ever. That Jada and August Alsina shit.
Can I hit this one up, please?
We all gonna hit this one up. So wait, just before we go. So as y'all know, I've been waiting. I've been telling y'all I'm waiting for the table talk. It came out this Friday, so we got all the information. It's on the table.
You're lying.
No. Okay, I'm gonna let you say your piece, and I have a counter argument already. So go ahead. You can start.
All right. So we all know Will and Jada, and I'm telling you, for years I have known that they had an open relationship. That's just been the rumor that they had. We're cool with it, and I wish that they would just be upfront with it, and they lied to us and keep saying they don't.
I saw a post. They're not from that generation.
I wish
it's a generational thing.
There's nothing wrong with an open marriage. I mean, sometimes it works in people for people, but like, don't keep lying to us. Just be open about it. But there is their own business. That's something that they want to keep private, and that's why I feel like Will told Jada not to mess with August Alsina because he was not stable, and her messing with August Alsina was kind of predatory. Because he wasn't stable. She knew he wasn't stable. She said in the Red Table Talk that she wanted to help fix him. That's how she got off. Help fixing him. You knew that he had problems with his mother. He had very deep-seated mother issues. And looking at you, he fell in love with you and viewed you as a mother figure because you were helping him. You were giving him that attention that he needed. So that is predatory. If it was the other way around, if it was a male, everyone would be very mad at him. And I think that was not acceptable for her to do.
And I think that's why Will is pissed, because I don't think Will is pissed that it happened. I think he's very aware of what was. I mean, to an extent, like they probably like, I don't want to know all your business. I don't need to know if he fucking right or all that. But he was aware of the what did she call it? What was the word?
And she said that
entanglement.
Entanglement. Yeah, she said that Will didn't give permission. I'm pretty sure Will had a conversation with him.
It's not.
No. She was saying that to be a strong woman. You know, nobody can give permission over my body.
No, your husband gave you permission to talk to another nigga. Whether you let him hit or not is on you. But your husband said this is cool, and I think what pissed Will off, it's like when. There's this post that goes around that says, women don't be mad that niggas are cheating. Women be mad that niggas are embarrassing them. I think that is why Will is mad. He is mad because she is out here embarrassing
And this is the second time this has happened.
Right. With this tomfoolery. Get your hoes in check.
And Will had one girl I remember come out and said that she was sleeping with him, and then that did it quick. It was like gone. It was like some young girl. She was like an assistant or something like that. She came out and said she was sleeping with Will, and that was the only time I heard of it. Never heard of it again. Now, the Jada thing also happened with Mark Anthony. She had a show called Hawthorne. Her and Will produced, and Mark Anthony was her love interest on the show. And out of nowhere, the show gets canceled. And then later, you end up finding out that her and Mark Anthony was sleeping together, and J-Lo found out about it because this is at the time J-Lo and Mark Anthony was married, and J-Lo and Mark Anthony are now getting a divorce, and it just wrecked the whole show. And
so look,
go ahead.
I'm gonna spit my piece real quick. The reason I believe that they do not have an open marriage and it was just infidelity going on is because Will talked about this 2 years prior. I'm not sure if y'all follow his Instagram, but he posted a video and he spoke at this like big TED talk where he was talking about you can't find happiness in someone else. You have to have your own happiness. And he was talking a lot about that, and he was saying there's a time where me and Jada just couldn't find happiness in each other. And I told her, go find happiness where you need it. And she did. He never goes into specifics of what she did, but he always talks about they came back together after she found her happiness, and they were happier than they'd ever been. That's why I believe what they were saying, because the points line up if you go back, because that was 2 years ago, right? And which means that this was 2 years after the August Alsina incident, entanglement, relationship, whatever. So that's why I believe him. Now, in terms of her being toxic, only thing I say is toxic about it is that you're 20 years older than this man. If anybody, no, 20 years is a problem because that when you're 20, he's in the womb, but beyond that, it's like you've had enough time to experience relationships, develop, and understand men on an extreme level. At the age of 20, there is no man that is ready for a 40-odd-some-year-old woman to enter their life.
It's not true. That's not true.
Secondly, that's my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
That's your opinion.
Yeah. Secondly, the part that adds to that is that during that same Red Table Talk interview, she was saying that he's like a part of the family. He was like, I treated him like another son. That's a little weird to me off rip that you were getting it's pornish. Okay. That's how I felt about it. It was very porn. Like, oh yeah, this is like a son to me. And then you get in a relationship with him.
I also heard the argument of the availability factor that was what was available to her at the time. Like he was there.
Yeah, and then the emotionally damaged part that you were speaking on, that is like with the icing on the cake for me, because like when people he was a rebound. Let's keep it 100%. It wasn't an entanglement. It was a situationship with a rebound nigga because you were both hurt. You found comfort in someone that was hurt, and in like she said, I find comfort in fixing people. You finding comfort in fixing someone helped you basically get somewhere, and once you got there, you didn't need him anymore.
You didn't need him anymore. You got rid of him. But I want to push back on the age thing. There are people that are very mature, way mature than the age that they are. Some people, not like us, because I haven't had to deal with it. Some people have been like an older sibling and had to raise their brothers and sisters and the rest of their family, take on 3 jobs, and they are very mature for their age, and they connect on a level with older people.
Well, I think in this case, I get what Greg is saying, though, because she didn't come to him as you're mature, I'm mature, let's be mature.
Yeah.
She came to him.
I agree with that. I agree
I'm
with
mature, you have issues, and he came to I have issues and you're mature, and that's why it's very predatory.
Yeah, it was very predatory.
So I want to add on to that. So I understand your point of view and saying, like, you know, people raise their siblings, because I hung out with you guys all the time. You guys are significantly older than me. So
you're very mature for your age. I get that.
Yeah, I feel as if I developed very fast for my age. Because I hung around older people, so I understand things a little bit better. So I'm speaking from my viewpoint as one of those people who did mature faster. Like, I know personally, if a 40-year-old Jada came to me, I'm not going to deny anything, but at the same time, I know I'm not ready for that. That's a car with some mileage on it that take a little bit of work, and I ain't ready for it. It's got too much power for me. And I'm gonna try it, but I'm gonna fuck it up.
I still do believe they do have an open marriage, because this is not the first incident.
It's not. You're right about that. But
that's the one thing I have to say.
I think like any open marriage, because I know people who've done it. There are rules, and when the rules are broken, that's when this shit becomes a problem. Yeah, and I think that's what this is.
Hey, what's they gonna get it back?
Yeah,
and that's what the problem.
Will is high. I think Will is highly pissed at her. Yep. He knew that she should not have been messing with him, but she was like, "Oh well, that's what you really want to do. Then go ahead and do it." And then he was like, "Look, I told you that this was going to happen."
I told you so factor. You never get enough of it.
Yep. He was like, "Look, that young boy was messed up. He has problems and stuff like that." Then he tries to come at Keke Palmer talking about her mental instability.
First of all, don't you ever I don't like August Alsina right now. Don't you ever come for Keke Palmer?
And then talk about her mental instability. You are not mentally. If you listen to the Angela Yee conversation, you can tell that he has problems, that he needs to work out. I'm telling you, it was that deep-seated mother issue. He needed a mother, and Jada filled that role. And then he got obsessed with Jada, and Jada pulled back, and he didn't know how to handle it.
I also want to say, this shit all started because one, niggas can't keep their mouth shut, and two, he had an album released a week before that interview.
That's
the only reason he said shit. About 4.5 years ago, yo. Like, if you still holding on to that really shows how unstable you truly are, yo.
And that's the crazy thing is, because this isn't the first time this has been mentioned. It came up and was dead.
He made a song about it.
Yeah, and but when the song was made, it came up. This was a couple months ago, and it was deaded. Like, I don't know who deaded it. It was quiet. Nobody mentioned it ever again. And then so I think what pisses Will off probably the most is that it came big.
Oh, his career is over.
Oh yeah.
August
Alsina career is over.
Yeah.
She's gonna help take care of him.
I feel like that. I feel like their relationship is personal business. He should have left it personal and not speak on it. That's what I feel like.
You know what Joy said?
Even if they do have go ahead. Yeah.
Joy said, if you a famous woman or a famous man, you need to have an NDA on your phone.
You do need to have an NDA, but we don't know.
No one can talk about the pussy, the dick, nobody.
We don't know if they had an NDA or not, because that's what T-Pain does. T-Pain has an open marriage, and he talks about his song. He says, the song is called like My Girl Need a Girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
His wife and him, they go out. His wife always picks the girls. He talked about it in an interview. His wife gets to pick the girls, and they sign an NDA.
That's smart, because look, if you talk about it, at least I'm getting a bag off of that shit.
Yeah. And we don't know if he broke the NDA, if they made him sign an NDA, or if he broke it or not. He may have signed an NDA and broke it. They're not going to speak on it. They're not going to bring it up.
Let's also get to the point that it's very plausible that they could have an open marriage, because they have stated many times they don't do anything traditional. Like, how they raise their kids isn't even traditional. So, and they've said that, and I don't have an issue with it. I just feel like Will's always been in a high place for me, and it takes him out of that high place for me if he's in an open marriage, but it doesn't remove him as someone who I can learn from, because, for someone who
why does it take him out of that high place?
So it takes him out of, I guess, the highest place, because, let's say an idol. I don't want to call him an idol, but someone I can look up to. I want them to be as close to the life that I want to live as possible. And I don't want an open marriage. I would like to be I am a monogamous man. I would like to keep it that way. So in that sense, it's more so I want to keep the person that I'm viewing at that highest point as close as possible. That's not to say that he hasn't spit some of the greatest things that I've heard in terms of information and just how to live my life. So he's still very high in my opinion. He's just not the pinnacle, I would say.
I don't think the open marriage takes away from anything that he does.
That's what I said. It doesn't take away.
Yeah,
It's just that aspect is different to me, and I'm not going to down him for doing it. That's his life. He should live it perfectly fine. I'm not going to down you for what you and your spouse or your life partner, as he calls it, have agreed to do. That's on you guys' terms, and if you're okay with that, that is fine. I don't have an issue with that.
That's the way I'm at with it.
What?
I feel like he just tried to ruin a very prominent black couple for no reason.
I feel like he was just really butthurt. That's all it was.
It really is. It's for promotional purposes, and I'm sick of artists using these big stunts just to promote your album, because that's who I know is coming out with the album very shortly. You tell the words right out of my mouth, because every time he comes with the album, he does some fuckboy fuckery shit. I don't care what it is, and sometimes I don't care what it is. He does something crazy to promote their album, and a lot of people have taken from his handbook to promote their albums, and that's not necessary. If your music is good, people are gonna listen. It's gonna get spread. People are gonna say, "Hey, heard this? You should listen to it." Because I do that in my friend groups all the time. I can't tell you how many albums I've found just because somebody is like a fan of somebody I've never heard of, and just like, "Hey, you should listen to this." And then I listen to one of their albums, and then I end up listening to all of their albums, and then I listen, and once you start doing that on like platforms like Spotify and shit, they like, oh, you may like this person, and that's just it's a tumble from there. So like, you don't have to do all of this extra bullshit, and I'm gonna use the word expose, but expose a couple because right. Why are you exposing them? They are obviously, they were happy with their situation, however they have decided it to be, and you coming out here showing your ass. If you don't sit down,
we need to do like the Jews and protect our own. That's all I'm saying.
Amen.
That's not protecting your own community at all. That's putting them on blast for no reason.
It just made me mad.
To be judged or whatever, and why? For why?
But okay, so anybody? Last point I don't have on the list, but I just thought about Kanye 2020. Any thoughts on that? Other than he's trying to split the populist vote.
Yep. As a person who grew up as a big Kanye fan, listened to all his albums, had every single one of his albums, he's just so disappointing. The J. Cole False Prophets says everything that I think about Kanye West.
Yep. Nothing else need to be said. Yep. Are we gonna talk about?
Yes.
How do you know what I was gonna say?
I know. I was thinking that because I got one too. But go ahead.
We're gonna talk about the most magical place on earth opening.
No.
What? Y'all don't want to talk about how Disney World is open?
No, because I think it's a stupid business move. Although you can keep it clean, little Sandy and Susie and Karen are still going to come down with coronavirus and cough on every fucking thing.
They are. They should give people Disney masks as they enter in.
I hope they do that. They haven't done. I haven't seen anything about that.
I haven't seen anything about that, but it's great.
Because I want a Disney mask to match my ears, to match my watch.
Yeah, so that's smart.
You feel me?
You already paid $200 to get into the park. Give me a Disney mask.
I want to be the whole thing. So I'm hoping they do that. But only reason why I bring it up is because I actually think they should have waited and pushed the date back. Only because of what's happening in that state.
Everybody needs to hold their fucking horses and calm the fuck down. Everyone's just so ready.
I think it was good. I think it was a great idea when everything was fine, but Florida has not. Florida just been acting up and acting all crazy lately. That I think it's a terrible idea.
Florida's always acting up.
Yeah, Florida never really shut down to begin with. Like they kept a lot of stuff open that other states shut down. That's their problem. But Florida.
I will not be attending or going, and I will be waiting. Why? Because I'm not gonna be a pawn in the government scheme to kill niggas. So
can we talk about why Disney keeps pushing stuff back? It's pissing me off. They could make their money, and this is a simple game plan. Yeah, all right, so we have Disney Plus, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Release it on Disney Plus and just make people pay more for it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all you like you keep pushing back Mulan. Like Disney Plus don't have anything right now. It makes me want to drop it because Disney Plus is not putting out anything good right now.
Right, they haven't put out anything new. And I was doing my hair probably a month ago. And I was doing my hair and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch the sequel of everything. Like, I'm not going to watch the first one. Like, I watched Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, Mulan 2. Like, I watched the sequel of all the movies. Went to go watch Incredibles 2. And guess where it's not at? It's not on fucking Disney Plus. Why? I don't know. It's not coming until July, which I think is blasphemous because it came out months ago. Like,
because all I will say is like Mulan, you keep pushing back, and then also Black Widow. Okay, release it on Disney Plus and make people pay extra $20 to watch it. You'll make your money back. Everybody,
I think they're just trying to have it so that people can still go to the movies, because the movies, if you don't know, is like literally on the brink of like never being a thing again.
But Disney, I don't want to hear that because Disney don't give a fuck about the movie theaters, first of all. And I know that because I go to Benji's, like you guys go to Benji's, and Disney cut their contract with Benji's because they say they could not control who sees the movie. They think that it's going to get bootlegged from Benji's because it's a drive-in movie. That's why.
Who is bootlegging at Benji's?
Yes, Benji's had a petition that people could sign so they can keep their contract with Disney. So I don't feel like Disney doesn't care about. They don't care about the movie. They care about the money, and they care about pleasing China for some reason. That's a whole South Park episode.
That's a whole watch South Park.
God. All right, Batwoman's black.
Yes. Next topic. Batwoman is black, and yay!
I'm so happy about that.
I'm so excited. I never watched it, but now I'm gonna.
They're definitely gonna watch it. I mean, I like Ruby Rose. I mean, she's okay. I really liked her in Orange Is the New Black. I haven't seen much other things she was in.
Oh, Ruby Rose.
She was in Resident Evil.
She was in that movie with the guy John Wick.
Yeah, she was in John Wick. I remember her in John Wick. Yep.
And I don't like her in just about any of them. I don't like her face. I don't know.
She's cute. She's cute. I can't see
her, but I don't really like her face.
White girls that prejudice.
Good in acting in like her actiony roles, but I don't like her face. I don't know.
If I say she's cute for a white girl, is that prejudice or not?
Yep.
Yes.
Would you like to be called cute for a black girl?
Yeah, she's cute. That's all you gotta
say. She's cute.
That's all you gotta say.
I don't remember the queen's name that's playing black. I said black woman, Batwoman. But kudos to her.
I want to say her name just so everybody knows. So I'm gonna look it up on Google while you guys talk about other things.
LOL. I mean, that's all I had on my notes for the BNN.
Okay.
I want to see what Colin Kaepernick brings to the table with Disney. He has signed a deal with Disney. That'd be cool.
That'd be nice.
Bread, propaganda, and what's the other word I'm looking for? Black support, because
that's exactly what he's
bringing for fucking ever. And I don't know. Ask Disney for the cure to Corona. They got it.
Can I just say that I want people to get laws passed and stop tearing down statues?
Laws passed. Oh yeah.
They giving black people right now. I know this is totally off topic. This is not nerdy or whatever, but they keep giving us stupid stuff. Okay, let's change out Cleveland. Let's cut down all the blackface shows. Give me a law. Pass a law. I don't give a shit about none of that.
This is what I
just passed a law about the chokehold.
They're giving us crumbs, and I have come for the whole meal. I want an appetizer, an entree, and dessert, and maybe a plate to go. Give me everything I've come for. This is not what I asked for. I don't want these crumbs that you're sprinkling down to me. I don't want a snack. I want to eat it all. Yeah. So,
did they pass the law for the chokehold, or did they write a bill for the chokehold?
It's already been passed. One of my
they did it before. They wrote a bill for the chokehold before, like years ago. And then it never got passed.
Yeah, you can no longer use any type of chokehold, blood choke, or I forgot what the other one is, but it's like your windpipe. But you can't do any type of choke, and you can no longer use your knee to submit someone. But you still can't hit them with a police baton, so. And that bitch hurt.
The actress's name is, and excuse me if I am pronouncing this wrong, it's just Javicia Leslie.
Yay, Javicia Leslie.
She's
all right.
Black woman.
Black woman.
Batwoman. I couldn't get it out. Batwoman.
With that, let's get into the meat and potatoes, because it's gonna be a 2-hour one probably. Avatar. So I'm gonna ask you guys a couple questions off the rip, since we only talking about the Last Airbender.
Got it.
Avatar Aang.
Avatar Aang.
Oh God, get that shit out of here!
Whitewash.
So good.
So, all right. So out of the entire show, what nation would you want to be from? Like, let's be real. What nation do you want to live in?
Air.
Really?
You want to be an air nomad?
Yep, I would be an air nomad.
Oh, you are a vegan, so you'd fit right in.
Very, very easily be an air nomad. I talk about it all the time. I could easily pack up all my shit and just live off the grid for the rest of my life.
I'd want to live in the Earth Kingdom. They seem pretty well knit and nice and together. You know, lots to see, big shits, big animals, tunnels of love. Be doing shit. You feel me?
I feel like the Earth Kingdom is the most profitable kingdom. If you look at all the kingdoms, the kingdom with the most money is definitely the Earth Kingdom.
Hell yeah.
I would be from the Southern Water Tribe. Oh.
Niggas is living in ice. You pee and it gets stuck in your urethra.
You can control it though. You can warm it up.
Right.
If she's a bender.
If she's a waterbender.
So now I'm gonna ask, who do you think is the best bender in the show? Avatar: Last Airbender.
I have to pick a bender, or can we pick a character?
Oh, best bender.
You can pick a character if you want.
Show.
They don't have to be a bender.
My best bender is gonna be Toph. My favorite character is Sokka.
Everyone's favorite character was Sokka.
It's
pronounced with an Aka.
I wrote down notes why he is best character, but definitely Toph, because she took her bending to literally the next level. She
invented a style. No, she invented
a style of bending, and I don't understand who could be better than that. I mean, maybe Iroh, but just
I'll tell you who. I'll tell you who right now.
Just her as a bender.
You want to know who I would say can challenge that?
Who?
Katara, and here's why.
Blood bending.
She blood bended without a full moon. She was the first person to do that.
Yeah, I see that.
And she learned it in 5 minutes.
I gotta go with Greg. I would say Katara is the best. When Katara realized her full potential, you see her stop the fucking rain.
Yep. Like, when Katara's angry, I feel like she could beat Toph.
I feel like I'm still going with Toph. Now, granted, that would be a dope ass fight, but I'm gonna go with Toph because Toph is just like, and the reason why she is Aang's teacher, only because I just finished the episode not too long ago. She listens and she waits. Like, even though she seems so brash and so rough, she actually has like some of the best patience that I've ever seen, like, in a fighter, and you see it just when she bends, like her patience and her thinking, and you know,
she's a reactive fighter. I'll say that. Toph never goes right in.
They're my favorite benders, but not my favorite fighter. Definitely my favorite fighter is Sokka.
Sokka's my favorite.
It's unanimous.
After he becomes a sport master, he's amazing.
He's a master. He's mastered all 4 nations. He literally mastered all 4 nations. He is an avatar. Would you like me to explain? Because I wrote it down for you guys.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, wait. I gotta read my own handwriting. I hate when I do this.
Oh, God. This is why I use my phone.
Use Samsung Note. That's what I use.
I should have used my Samsung Note. But I was doing this. I was at work when I was watching. So, I was writing notes while I was working. So first of all, he's from the Water Tribe, and he's grown up as a Water Tribe warrior his whole life. And before season 1 is over, is deemed as a master of the Water Tribe, like a master warrior of the Water Tribe.
Warrior.
Then do you want me? I'll go in order. Then he learns how to fight from the Kyoshi warriors, so Earth Nation. Then, when they visited the air temples and the people were inhabiting them, he helped with help improve their inventions and just kind of embraced that at the time, because we know in Legend of Korra we get new air nomads, but at the time what the Air Nation was considered, the people who were embracing that culture, he helped develop them further with their inventions and help with like the air balloon and how to figure that out, like putting a cap on it and stuff like that. So that's air. And then he learned swordsmanship from the Fire Nation. We get that in book 3. So I feel like
he raps in the Earth Kingdom. He learns how to rap in the Earth Kingdom.
He does learn how to rap. So I feel like he's an avatar in his own right, and everybody should hail Sokka.
I'm sad that we're not supposed to talk about Korra, but I'm sad we did not get Sokka in Korra.
Oh yeah, he passed away. R.I.P. All right, so what kind of bender would you guys be? Let's be honest. And like, if you ever took one of those bending quizzes, what kind of bender did it tell you? Like, which one would you be in that sense? Like,
easily air.
Water. We all know I would be.
You got air when you took those tests.
I would be. I didn't take the test, but like when we did the little power game, I got air bending. and I would definitely do airbending. I think is a very versatile power. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's underappreciated in the series. Like
it was only appreciated until Zaire came.
Yeah, until Zaire came, showed them what you can do with airbending, and I don't even think that.
So they didn't think to use it like that.
Yeah, they were very peaceful people. That's why they didn't use it like that. But like he just scratched the surface on stuff you can do with airbending. That's what I feel like. You
got any other ideas of what you can use airbending for? Technically, airbenders could bloodbend.
Yes, they could.
Yeah.
And so could earthbenders.
Yep. I would be a waterbender. It's very easy. I cannot explain because I don't know if everybody on the podcast knows, but I was a swimmer, swam forever. Like my mental peace is in water, so like I can't explain how much peace I have when I swim. Like it's just like my mind just is so clear, and I just know that I would be a waterbender. Like being around water is just what I need in life.
I'd probably end up being an earthbender. Every test I took told me Earth.
I believe it. You're very stubborn.
But I also would appreciate just all the things I could do with it. I would always have housing at the end of the day. I could be a rich nigga because I can bend minerals. So that's
why I said Earth Kingdom is they're the richest. What's the name? They can create more land if they need it and stuff like that. So like Earth Kingdom is always the strongest. I mean the richest of them.
So yeah. Plus, earthbending, I find that all the bending styles are like extremely versatile once you figure out what to do with them, like, or the things they encompass.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty dope. All right, so let's get into it. Y'all can talk about whatever y'all want. I don't have any other notes other than those questions, just to get y'all minds flowing on bending and whatnot.
I want to say something that could get me canceled, and that's definitely controversial.
Don't say it.
Do it.
I don't like Katara.
You do not like Katara.
Most people don't actually.
Why?
They like her just because she's a main character, but
I have a list.
Oh god.
All right. So first thing, she got to chill on the mom shit. We got it. The Fire Nation killed your mother. You do not have to mention it every episode. And I wrote down every time she mentioned it. That's how much she mentions it. It's like a thing. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 6, episode 10, episode 4, season 2. And that's where I stopped because I'm now on like episode something else and I stopped like listening. I just been watching it in the background. But when I was focused in, she mentioned it all those times and I'm sick of it. I know your mom's dead. We got it. But Sokka doesn't even care that much. I mean, granted, he cares, but he don't even say it. And it's his mom too. I need her to stop saying it. It gave me a headache. Very.
Sokka's been chilling. My mom's been
I don't like the way that she tries to be everyone's mom.
That too. She's very, and in a way, and I hate to say it, she's really selfish. In a lot of all of her story arcs, and it's maybe just the way she's written, but all of her story arcs show her as selfish. And I'll just start from season 1 and just pick off some stuff off the top of my head from later seasons, like with the waterbending scroll. She stole that. Then when we look back later, we have like, what was that thing when she was the mist woman thing that was coming
Painted
lady. Like she just does things really selfishly that in some ways could really harm their group,
the rest of the group. Yep.
And the mission. Like this, I get it, like this is something you really want to do and you're passionate about, but there is a bigger picture here, a much bigger picture here. You're literally with the Avatar and you're about to save the world, and like you still in this scroll when neither one of you are great. Well, I mean, granted, at this point he's a master of airbending, but that's all he got. And you're still in the scroll and it's people chasing you and it's just not like you're trying to keep a low key. Like, come on. So it's like stuff like that to just and then
so with her arcs, I would only argue that it's that selfless versus selfish argument. because in all those times, I would argue that, just for the sake of argument, that she was being selfless. She does have this larger mission to save the world, but she takes the time and risks it all to save lower than the mission people. And that's, in a way, selfless. Selfish in terms of the group, but selfless in terms of the area and the people that were going to die.
It's always coming from the best place, and that's where I call it selfish. And sometimes, like in Lady of the Lake, I get it. It came from a good place. But sometimes it doesn't always come from this selfless place. It comes from a selfish place, and it just so happens to appear selfless. Does that make sense?
Katara sometimes just couldn't put, like, when she was bent set on something, you couldn't change her mind. Like when they tried to warn her about Jet, she didn't want to.
She was a horny teen. Leave her alone.
But it was several instances like that. But when it came down to it, she was there for everyone. And even though I hated that she kept pushing being the mother figure, she was their mother figure. She kept them in line. She kept them on track with everything they needed to do and stuff like that. So she was a valuable member of the team, but she did have her faults. What is going on, Greg?
The paper tray on the printer that's like next to my mic open. So, so you know that's what that noise was. I mean, I feel that.
Best character development is Zuko.
Zuko, definitely.
No shit. What the fuck? What? This nigga went from trying to hunt down and kill this nigga.
No. Not his premise, his character arc, like as a person, like his arc, like the whole progression. Because you see, it's not like, you know, in a lot of especially, and I hate to compare it because Avatar technically isn't an anime, but in a lot of shonen shows, when the bad guy becomes good, it's like instantaneous. Like, oh, yesterday I was trying to kill you. Nope, I'm done. We're cool. We're friends. You're my best buddy. We're gonna kick it. All this other stuff. It was never like that for Zuko. It was always a constant battle of, you know, good on the inside, good versus evil, doing the right thing versus doing what, you know, I think may be the right thing but is actually wrong. It was consistent.
Even like in Ba Sing Se, he had the chance in Ba Sing Se to turn and be good, and he threw that away. He was like, fuck that.
Turned away and went with his sister. Right. It was literally a constant struggle. It had its ups, it had its downs. It was never a straight, like, oh, you know, yesterday I was bad trying to kill you guys. No,
it wasn't like no light switch just flipped it. He's like, okay, right. I'm good now.
And even in how the characters treated him, because like it wasn't even like, oh, he's good now, he's our friend, cool. It was, everybody was very suspicious of him when he finally turned good. He had to individually earn everyone's trust.
Except Tall, she was cool with him.
Yeah, except for Tall. He burnt Tall feet that one time.
Right, he did.
That was an accident. Yeah, they all know it. But I was saying his character arc is obvious. Like, yes, all the things you guys said, but just seeing from first episode to last episode how calm he becomes, how nice he becomes, like he changes as a person. Now that also comes with the situation having for everybody to mature at a very accelerated rate. But
everybody, see, and it's the thing, but everyone in this show develops so well. Like even with Azula has great character development, even if it's character development and her going insane.
Oh, she was Daenerys all the way.
But you can see, but it was Daenerys done right.
Yeah.
Delirious Daenerys.
Done right. You see that progression of her being in control and then her losing control of the things around her and how that makes her lose control of her psyche as well. Like, just the development of the characters in this show is breathtaking. And this is supposed to be a kid's show.
I love before the Agni Kai and she starts losing it. She starts firing everyone. She cuts her hair all crazy. I love that part. Like, just see her. She starts talking to herself and everything. Is absolutely crazy.
But the thing is, it didn't come out of nowhere. You knew it was coming. You saw this happening. You saw the little things, and you saw that it could happen as well. Just things in her personality, like in the flashback when they were kids and Ty Lee did a cartwheel or something, and when Azula did it, she fell. But when Ty Lee did it, she did it perfectly, so she pushed Ty Lee. It's like little stuff like that where you see she has to be in control. She has to be the best. Like, and you realize like that's not goofy. Like, and it's little things. We were just like, okay.
She was a little psychopath. Oh my god.
She was a little psychopath.
Well, when your life is literally be perfect and your father's also a psychopath, it'll kind of, not only rub off, but it'll have its long-term effects. And eventually she broke from it because not only did she have to be perfect, but the Fire Nation was a monster in and of itself, and she had to be like her father. And she was like Zuko was yearning for his father's love. She was yearning for her mother's love, and she never could get it. Yeah. Like in that episode when they were by the fire, she's like, my own mother thought I was a monster. She was right, of course, but it still hurt.
Her mom tried to give her love, but she
also but just as her mom tried to give her love, she also didn't know how to receive it. And you see the effects of that and the importance of love language, because maybe their love languages are so off that it didn't work. Like, I hate to bring this up, but like my previous relationship, her love language was something. It was speak, like the words one.
Words of affirmation.
Thank you, Gregory. The words of affirmation. And that's not mine. Words are something, even though I do a podcast and I talk to y'all all the time, when it comes to expressiveness, I'm really, really bad at it. And hence why it didn't work. Like, I could never verbally, but it was difficult for me to verbally express things. And you see how that can, we're not going to dig into why. Not that kind of podcast.
It's therapy.
But you see, it's very therapeutic to talk to you guys. But like, it's just an understanding of how just that, not little disconnect, but how that disconnect can make something happen, like a breakup or, other shit. But we're not going to talk about that because I'm a bigger person.
You're a bigger person. You wouldn't even have to mention that you're a bigger person.
Because I'm not.
Well, oh wow, it's still so bright outside. Let me open these blinds real quick.
But I say all that to say that the character development and the thought put into all the characters is amazing. Like, come on, my favorite character is Sokka, and he goes from being like a
goofball feminist, a goofball womanizer. There we go.
Goofball womanizer masochist to this.
Masochist. He doesn't like hurting.
Well, not masochist. What's the other word when you're
misogynist?
Like that one.
That's a misogynist. Yes.
Misogynist to this like understanding, great leader. I mean, he has a dope girlfriend, so it's just
I also want to add
dope girlfriends.
Yeah, I want to add Suki handled it so much better than most women would to learn that he made out with a moon spirit. Most girls are like, oh, so you just out here kissing other bitches? But Suki was like, you didn't tell me you made out with a moon spirit, and was happy for him. He's like, chill.
No, because that's hot. Like, that's like, and I hate to say it, that's like if I found out my girl kissed Meg Thee Stallion. I mean, a bitch fucked Meg Thee Stallion! I'm fucking Meg.
I need to take some notes out of fucking.
Wait, Meg Eskimo sisters.
Nigga, y'all secondhand fucking. What the hell is that?
It's like, yes, if she fuck Meg, that means I fuck
Meg.
That's really crazy because then any single nigga that ever kissed a girl that just was sucking multiple dicks, you secondhand suck dick.
Yes,
that's facts, but we don't speak on that.
So what is the time limit to get rid of secondhand suck dick?
There is no time limit.
Till you brush your teeth?
Yeah.
You always suck that nigga. You can't unsuck his dick. You always suck his dick. I'm sorry.
You don't gotta suck a dick to know you don't like sucking dick. Those are words.
Who?
Oh, who was that? Who was that?
I said you. They said that in the Neighbors too. He said
the actor that said that tried to like defend himself about sucking dick. Who is it?
Fuck.
It was Tank.
Yeah. That shit was so funny. They backed him into a corner. It was hilarious.
He was like, yeah, you got to do it like twice to know you don't like doing it. I'm like,
that whole thing was funny because he was just trying to he was trying to defend cheating. And he backed himself into a corner.
I don't need to suck a dick to know I don't like sucking dick. And I don't need to do it twice to confirm I don't like it. Like,
you don't know.
I do know. I'm
good.
good.
Until you try it, Greg.
I don't want to try it. I am good. Dog, I don't even like eating the glizzy. I'm good.
He said, I don't like eating glizzies.
I am.
Right.
I bite my hot dog from the top.
I have a question. Apparently, that's like a Maryland term.
Yeah.
Glizzy.
Oh no,
I
hella
always
people.
heard it.
Hella
I
people.
always heard it. Yeah.
You just got
to a hot dog?
Yes.
It's the DMV term. It's mostly like the PGDC area term.
But I'm not from there.
Yeah,
No,
but you live there though.
I don't live there.
Yeah.
I live in Virginia.
DMV.
Dickhead.
I mean, but I live in the bougie part. Ain't nobody saying glizzy, bro. I'm the scariest thing around here.
They are probably saying it for comedic reasons because they are in the privileged area.
Yes.
No, like hella people at Poly said glizzy in
I've been hearing
the
glizzy
one in hot
for
dog.
years now.
Either one.
It's funny that it blew up all over everywhere. I was like,
I did not know that was a thing. I just
Yeah.
said hot dog.
I always say hot dog.
He's been using glizzy for like the last 7 years. He's a real creator. Not gonna hold you. Not really, but like he was saying that shit religiously.
But what's the name always said it all the time. That's where I first heard it. Shot Glizzy.
Yeah.
He would say it in songs, and I'm like, okay, all right, that's what he
Oh, he
meant.
was talking about a hot dog, though? I thought we was talking about a gun.
He was talking about his dick.
Oh, right, or a dick. I didn't know we were talking about hot dogs.
But that's what you call guns and hot dogs. Dicks and
And dicks.
glizzies. You pull up with them dicks, nigga.
Who pulling up with a? I pulls up with dicks all the time.
That's
You name them.
Do I name my? No, my dick doesn't have a name.
Oh, come
and
on.
you see, you want to say you have a dick, but every man has a name for his dick, yo.
Yeah, man. If I had multiple dicks, they will all be named.
I don't have.
This was Jeffrey. He gets shoes on the weekends. This is Thomas. He's a working man.
It would be just like Game of Thrones,
I don't have
naming your sword
I have one.
Yep.
Oathbreaker.
Oh,
Yo, that's your cheating dick?
I only have one. I know people who have multiple, but I only have one dick.
I only got one dick. It's on me.
Same here.
You can buy multiple dicks.
No, I mean,
No, you know what?
that.
You know what? Thinking about it, I got more than one.
Oh my!
You said, "Oh, why?"
I said, "Oh my!"
Oh yeah, man, you gotta get freaky sometimes.
Look, if that's what you're into, I do
You need a
not
butt
dispute
dick
it.
and a dick.
A butt dick and a big dick. What?
A butt dick and a dick. So you gotta have a pussy dick and a butt dick. Cause who wants to get shit on your drill dick?
Some men like that shit.
That's
Literally.
nasty. Okay, we're talking about the Avatar and character development.
So since we are on this topic, you all know that Katara can make that pussy juice right. Y'all know she got that A1 box.
She got like Monistat.
Huh?
Wasn't that Twan who said that?
Yeah, it was Twan. Twan
It
said
was
she got that
Twan.
A1
Shout
box.
out to Twan, thanks. Because we were
And she
talking
can stop
about
you from
real
busting a
world-
nut.
She can. We're talking about real world applications of like bending and superpowers and how like
Waterbenders could never have an erectile dysfunction ever.
They
just
cannot.
blood bending that shit.
Yep. I just want to say,
Babe, I can't get it up. It's up.
Stop me from busting a nut, because that seems like it would hurt. Don't cork me. Don't stop me up.
It's flowy. They flow it, so it's not like a hard stop. It's like a smooth stop. You know, like that stop you do when you don't want to bust, so you kind of gotta slow it down yourself.
It's called edging.
Oh, I don't.
No. Edging is worse. Edging is not coming at all. Edging is bringing yourself to the point of climax.
You bring yourself right there, and then you stop, and then you give yourself a break, and then you go back.
No, edging is to stop and complete. That's
No.
what edging is.
You can edge and complete. There's edging where you like stop, and then there's edging where you stop and then go again. Because then when you finally hit that point, it's like 3 times as good because you've been stopping. Why am I talking about this so much?
I let the shit flow. I'm coming when I want to come.
That's what I'm saying.
What is up with this podcast, yo?
Whether it's
this podcast 5 stars.
Whether it's quick or long, then nigga, it's coming.
It's coming.
I'm coming.
If it's quick, I got you next time, girl.
If it's quick, that means round 2 is gonna be great. Like,
yeah, that's
all
what I'm
that
saying.
means.
I got you next time.
We was talking about Avatar.
I'm watching Avatar now.
Last
It's the scene where Azula, they got the drill, and Aang is fighting Azula, and he about to do his little rock body thing where he get the whole little arm.
Yo, that shit was badass.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
So, Greg, you since you said you would like to be an earthbender, would you rather learn how to metal bend or magma?
Metal. Metal has more applications, but magma would be more deadly. But I'd rather.
Magma is way more destructive. If you want to be a conqueror, magma is the way to go.
But you can learn both.
Can you?
Yeah. You just gotta be good.
They never said you couldn't learn both. They didn't. They never said that. They just said that only a small percentage of people know how to metal bend, and which was weird that there was so many metal benders in.
They had a whole police squad.
Yes, it was so many metal benders, and even though they said that like only a small percentage of people can actually metal bend,
I feel like it's more of a percentage thing in terms of you have to be an earthbender that's strong enough to do it. Like Toph, we know, is a dope ass earthbender, and she could kind of see the metal.
Right. I also have a fan theory I want to throw in there.
Go ahead.
Fan theory is that I believe that it has to do with your parents. Because if you look at, sorry to get into core, but if you look at Bolin's father was a firebender. His mother was an earthbender. I feel like he was able to magma bend because the blending of the bending.
The blending with the bending. I like that.
That was my theory on it. I was
technically, can't firebenders magma bend too?
Yes, firebenders can magma bend. Yes. That's what I feel like. I feel like it was like just that little bit in there. I should send it to you guys in the group message. There's like a giant wheel, and it shows all.
I saw it. Yeah, I showed Joy that.
It shows all the applications and stuff like that. How firebenders.
Did it show like the connecting ones?
Yeah, they can like laser bend and stuff like that. They could like shoot out lasers. I was like, that'd be badass.
That would be badass.
Technically, firebenders can plasma bend.
Yeah, plasma bend. Yep.
Because plasma is just heated gas, so airbenders could do it too.
Yep. There's
technically airbenders can lightning bend.
Like in a lot of the bendings, there's applications that both benders can do.
Right.
Yep.
But that makes sense because, like, just like with Iroh, with the redirecting of lightning, I feel like if you study the other bending arts, you'll easily be able to, figure out ways to implement it with yours, and maybe there is some type of crossovers, just like right now where Katara and Toph were bending the sludge because it had earth and it was like water and dirt. So they were both
mixed together. Now I believe that airbenders can stop lightning.
Why is that?
Because lightning is charged ions in the air.
Technically, I think that airbenders would be able to more effectively you move lightning, so not just redirect it, because it's charged ions in the air, but also
it's take those charged ions from each other. Couldn't you stop it?
Yeah,
it would just like dissipate.
Technically, airbenders can also do combustion man shit.
Yes, like heat in the air.
Yeah, till it explodes, or you could heat the because
if the waterbenders can heat and cool water, why couldn't airbenders heat and cool air?
Yep. Damn, an airbender could really cook your ass. They could just make like a bubble of air and just really like put you in the oven at 350.
That's what Zaire and did a vacuum. That was absolutely amazing.
Technically, you can make people implode with that.
Yes, you can.
So that's fun.
As I said, it is a lot of possibilities with airbending. I love airbending. If you want to get like vicious and violent with it.
But they're peaceful people, so I think that's why they did that. Because if airbenders weren't nomads, then
not the new what's the name? They're the world police now.
LOL.
The new airbenders.
That's cool. But like, you don't have to, just to be police, you don't have to be violent.
You don't have to be violent.
America.
Absolutely facts.
Fun facts, there's two types of monks. There's warrior monks, and then there's like the traditional monks that like pray. Yes. But the warrior monks are more focused on fighting and learning techniques and stuff.
So, who's your favorite avatar? Like of Aang's past lives?
Juan.
Why?
All the way.
Because Juan, not only did he start it, but he went from being someone who was poor, not even a Robin Hood, he looked out for himself, but he always had the interest of those who couldn't help themselves, and then he was always willing to learn from people. After he did steal the fire, he was in exile. He decided to learn from the spirits. He could have took advantage of them and did, a whole lot of bad shit, but he decided to learn from them and then bring peace. And then after getting the other element, after he made a mistake, he always tried to correct it the best way he knew how. So that was very, touching to me. Like, Juan was that nigga. He really did his thing. And he kept trying to keep the peace throughout his entire life. Even though he could have just been an ancient ass nigga with his fire and ran away.
Oh yeah. I feel like he was a monster. First of all, first Avatar, he was the first person to ever was able to control all elements with the help of Rava, of course. But he was the first person to do it. He made mistakes. He created the rift between Rava and Batu. They were already connected, and he severed the connection. But he learned to correct those mistakes, fix himself, fix everyone around him. At least he tried to get the people and the spirits to coexist, because people were deadly afraid of the spirits, and he showed them that there's a better way that we can live together. And of course, the spirits were afraid of people as well. They didn't like people. They would curse them if they came into their forests and stuff. So I absolutely, and that's why I say I would love to see. I don't want to see the next Avatar. I want to go back and have some other avatars.
Prequel one.
I would love a prequel of Juan as well. I don't know, like, I just feel like all of it should just animate it all. Like, they have the story of Kyoshi, and they have like what happened after they brought peace, because what happens after quote unquote peace, what happens after they, like, everything that happened before Legend of Korra, they have that stuff. I just wish they would animate it. Let us watch it.
They have a armless Avatar. If you look at, I saw that popped up on Reddit or something like that. If you look at, like, they show like all the avatars standing together, there was one that was armless. I was like, I want to see her.
Oh well,
because
I actually want to see the one after Korra. I want there because he has to do it and he has no connection to the other avatars, so I don't know how he's gonna learn things.
There's a fan one made called Avatar Jin. He's from like the Earth Kingdom. I keep saying
the next one is Earth, and I think his name started with a T, the official one. But I want an Earth Kingdom Avatar, but I want him to be like really like a Sandbender at first that has to learn Earthbending.
Oh man, that'd be
good. Wow.
I like that.
And then after that, he because he was a Sandbender, he's really like loose and flowy of a person rather than hard and strong like most Earthbenders. So it takes him longer to learn Earthbending.
That's another one right there that we talked about earlier. The bending taken from each other. Sandbenders bend like waterbenders.
Waterbenders,
Water and air. Because they made little sand tornadoes to push the things.
Yep. So it's just and that's like, Avatar is just so amazing.
I already said it. They're all connected.
They're all connected. But even when you think of it just like nature-wise, it's all connected. You can't have one without the other. Air fuels fire, water, earth, and air. Like, it's all connected. Like, just in general, like, just how people are. Oh my gosh, the circle of life. The Avatar incorporated the circle of life.
Circle of life. I want them to dive more into the spirit world.
I would love that, and that's why I think doing one on Avatar Wong would be kind of cool, because he spends so much time in the spirit world, because you can get a lot of that out.
Who's your favorite spirit?
I don't have one. No. And it's a bad spirit, but I like the face stealing one.
I like the face stealer too.
Yes.
I like Wang Ti Chong, or whatever his name is, the owl.
Yes.
That was it wasn't my favorite. He was kind of a bitch.
He was such a dick.
He was a dick.
With spirit foxes.
But I definitely like this. I like the face stealer.
I like the
interesting.
The fire turtle. He was cool. That was the one that taught Aang about energy bending. That was the fire
turtle.
Yeah, that was the original fire turtle.
That was the fire lion turtle. Yeah, I saw. Of course, Reddit again. Someone pointed out that he had the same markings of the lion turtle from Korra.
That's crazy. That nigga's old.
They had different markings on their heads, and he had the exact same markings as the fire one. Yep.
Only the Avatar can energy bend. That's tough.
Who else do we see? Definitely the moon and ocean spirits. They're definitely dope. I don't like that they're in the human world though. That doesn't seem too safe, but okay.
It's not about safe. It's about what they want to do. I'm a spirit. I live eternally. I'm trying to live lit.
But they're not too far from the spirit world because the North and South Pole are the entrances to the spirit world. So they're not too far from it. They can go back when they need to.
That mean at the North and South Pole, black people were the most spiritual, theoretically.
Why do you think they're black?
They're black.
They are Inuits.
They are black.
They're like, I don't want to say it because they consider that a derogatory term, but
Eskimos?
Yes, they're like Eskimos.
And then you say it. Just because you can say some derogatory things, don't mean you can say them all.
I am clarifying.
They're Inuits.
Oh, okay. Inuits. Learned a new word today.
Yes. They came
you
over
said it before.
I know, but like I didn't know that was like a replacement. Like that's what I should say rather than the E word. Does it start with E?
Yes.
I can't spell.
I know you can. Hence why we're the Be More Nerdies podcast.
No, we're not. It's the Be More Nerdy podcast. I fixed it.
Oh, thank God. But yeah, I mean the show's always interesting. I really have more to say on Korra. I'm about to go back and rewatch that.
Yep, for next week. Because that'll be part 2 of our Avatar construction.
But yeah,
conversation. The conversation and discussion got mixed.
What is your favorite book?
Ooh. 2.
Fuck! It's between book 2 and book 3.
It gotta be book 2 for me.
Because Toph's book was so great, but book 3 just had all of the like wrap ups. Like I got to see my man Iroh do some one-arm pull-ups and eat an apple at the same time.
I'm playing with you. Now look, Iroh is a hidden gem of this show. I think he gets a lot of praise, but he needs more. Iroh is just, he was so wise and just so humble. He was just like in a weird way, the ideal character, but like obviously he comes from everything that Zuko come from, that shitty ass family, and he's just like this gem like that came from them, and I think
he's the best person for Zuko because he sees Zuko is where he used to be.
Yeah,
he used to be that angry kid that just wanted to conquer everything and please his father. That's what he used to be, and
he realized it in Boston when he lost his son and he was working and he was fighting Boston Say. But you just when you see like how enlightened he is, it's amazing. It's like it's such a breath. It's a breath of fresh air. It's a breath of fresh air every time he's on the screen.
The live action when that comes out is gonna be great. What I can't remember what book ended with Boston Say and getting shot.
Book two.
That was book 2. That's why book 2 is my favorite because I love that. Like he was with what was Guru's name? What was the Guru's name?
I don't remember. Guru.
That you know that guy's like 150 years old.
Yeah, because he knew the last Avatar.
Yes. So he's training Aang, and he's telling Aang that he has to let everything go, which is what Zaire ends up finding. You find out from Zaire as well. You have to be one with the air and step into the void.
Yep.
And Aang
couldn't
let it go. He couldn't. He couldn't just sacrifice his friends for the betterment of the world. He had to go save his friends, and that whole thing was just crazy. It was really good.
I want to add that being the Avatar,
I'm in Boston Say now.
Contradictory place in terms of morality. You have to hold on to things dearly and protect them, but you can't have any attachment. You have to be swift and decisive, but you also got to do the right thing and be merciful. You have to, you have to make the hard decisions, but sometimes you gotta let the decisions make themselves. I was like, y'all all giving him this information, but one person's telling him one thing and someone else is telling him the next. I'd be confused as shit. I'd be mad.
That's what comes with being any kind of leader.
Yeah, it's you have to make the hard decisions.
All those things come with any kind of leader. You're the president. You're a king. You have to be able to do all those things. You got to.
It's more so just it's contradictory to say yes, hold on to life. It's dear. It's sacred, but let everything go.
Yeah,
because none of that shit matters.
Because you have to know when to apply it. That's where the wisdom come in.
It was kind of contradictory and dumb.
You got to know when to apply it. You got to know when to take a life. You got to know when to help people. Of course, Aang would not take a life at all. because he should have killed him.
No, he found a better way. I'll give him that. From his confusion, he was able to find a better way, and I was satisfied with what he did.
Should have murked that nigga. He had him too. That last scene when he captures him with the earthbending was so great.
All I want to say is, if he ain't have Toph as a teacher, Aang would have got done in.
He'd have been done.
He was like, I can't do it, and got done in.
Earth into bullets. That was the shit.
Hell yeah. My man's invented the first gun and said, "Grow."
Yes. My man was throwing pillars at him. That shit was so good.
Compressed pillars. You know how strong of an earthbender you gotta be to do that shit?
And also, I would love to see somebody as an avatar that can air water bend and earth bend. Do you know like those water jets that shoot sand out with water and it cuts through metal? I would love to see that. That'd be so dope. That was so badass.
And they just literally be just cutting through things.
Yes.
People.
Like I said, I would love to see also a water bender that used weapons. Like ice throwing knives, stuff like that. Oh, that'd be so badass. Ice
that
sword.
Would be dope. That would be dope.
Apply to be a writer.
Yeah.
Apply to be a writer. It's one of those shows that is actually, it's a perfect show. It's a perfect show. Like I may have some complaints about like some character things and small things. Like maybe I don't like Katara, but you're not supposed to like everybody because that's still how the real world works. It is this is a 10 out of 10 show.
I didn't like Jet, and Katara and Jet deserve each other.
They do deserve each other.
Jet got a fucking rock to the chest, so R.I.P. Jet.
No, but R.I.P. Jet, and he's back now. This is when he's trying to figure out that Zuko and Aro are firebenders. So
he should let that shit go. He would have been better off with that.
Smelly kept trying to tell him, let it go. Like we're in a new world. Let's just let that go. I like how what's his name? What's the dude that don't talk?
Longshot.
Longshot. When Smelly Bee gets mad and Longshot just grabs her arm and she's like, "You're right." She said, "I shouldn't be mad about what people think about me." Just calm down automatically. I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" This Longshot's that dude.
When you give her that look and she knows it's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Look. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. I have to do my hair because
I have to do nothing. So with that, I guess our conversation's over.
This was fun. I can't wait until episode 2, which is Sunday.
Part 2.
Next Sunday, because I got so much more to get into.
I can't wait with Core.
Lord. So with
I'm
that,
gonna binge it.
Motherfucker. So with that is the conclusion of episode 13 of the Be More Nerdy podcast. Oh man, pushing 2 hours. I didn't yawn at the beginning, but I did at the end because you know I got to yawn every episode. And one more thing, fuck Boruto.
What brings that on? Did you see something and you was like, "Yo"?
No,
I said like episode 8 that I'm gonna say fuck Boruto every episode.
Okay, all right. I thought maybe you came across something and, "Yo, fuck this show."
No,
fuck Boruto.
I do that. It'll come across and I'm like, "Yo, fuck this show."
I mean, I saw somewhere that they just officially announced that the one dude is Jiraiya's clone.
Jiraiya, yeah, they finally announced that. Yo, can we talk about Fire Force and how dope season 2 is?
Let's go! I love Fire Force.
Before we end this, Fire Force came in swinging with season 2. Oh my god!
They're moving at about 3 chapters an episode because, like, I was about to read this part when I was waiting for season 2 to come out, and I got to the part where he like went crazy. But then I stopped reading because I was like, no, I gotta see it. So I'm so ready for this. There's gonna be a guy in this. I'm so ready to see his powers. Like,
Arthur Shinra was the dopest. I'm so glad Arthur stepped his game up, because Shinra brother cut him down last time, and I guess he was like, "Yo, that's not happening again."
Yep.
And they introduced that black dude. He's sick.
The spears, yeah,
the flame spears.
I'm also like excited to see. You saw the finger motion he learns in the intro.
Yep.
Because intros are spoilers. So I'm like, he's gonna get a new ability. That's gonna be tough.
I was thinking, couldn't other people help boost his power?
What do you mean?
The other captains and stuff their only power is to control fire, so they can make it hotter or colder. Couldn't they help him?
It could intensify his flame.
Yeah,
wouldn't be able to. I don't think they can because of his Adola burst. That's what I'm gonna go with.
But couldn't he link up with them? Because
he can make an Adola link with anybody.
Yeah, we just learned
know how to do it.
You don't need to have an Adola burst to get an Adola link. We just learned that with the old guy.
Everybody who doesn't have the Adola gets hurt because they don't have it.
Old guy's badass too. Old people in animes are always badass.
So you started watching Fire Force yet?
Huh?
Have you seen season 1 at least?
Go watch fucking Fire Force, nigga.
Oh, you haven't seen season 1?
I've been busy. I'm starting Fire Force until after next episode. It is a promise. After next episode, I will start Fire Force because
I think Trevor is the next person I'm gonna draw.
I have to finish Avatar first, and I have to finish Legend of Korra. So after next episode, I will officially, that Monday, I will start Fire Force. So when you guys hear this, by the time the listeners hear it, I will have started it.
I also think that the fact that they're adding in a lot of comedy with each episode is like pretty dope.
I don't like the underdeveloped female characters. I hate
the underdeveloped female characters.
I'm sick of underdeveloped female characters.
Sick of it.
Develop the pussies.
Sick of it. What's the chick with the gauntlets? With the gauntlets that she can control with the flame with Sputter and what's her name? What's her name?
Sputter and Flare.
Sputter and Flare. Her power is whack. They just
pause.
They start the new season showing everybody power. They coming in strong and shit like that. They fucking stuff up. And hers, I can just make them move faster now. I was like, come on.
Yeah, but you knew from the get that her power wasn't that good. But it's just more so like she does what she can with the equipment that she's given. Like she's strong as shit, and that's what they were encasing. Like she punched the fuck out of a giant's core until it shattered. So I mean, that's all she can really do, and she's great at hand-to-hand combat, so that's her strengths, and they're just working on those. I mean, not everybody has dope-ass fire powers.
It can be dope if she just works.
Unlike the captain who threw a fucking shield. That shit was dope.
Oh my god.
He said, I train every day. Let's go.
He just tossed it. This nigga's superhuman. Where did he get that strength from? He didn't use no powers. He just tossed that shit.
He works out every day to be a special fire.
Captain America the shit out of that thing. I was like, oh my god.
And then Arthur, whenever he gets his power boost from Arthur's parents is fucked up. They abandoned this man. They abandoned him.
Oh yeah.
They taught him how to imagine to make things better, and then abandoned him.
That's fucked up. They call Shinra Mother Killer. That was fucked up.
Yeah. In the first episode, you know that Shinra is believed that he killed his parents when he discovered his fire powers in his feet, and he set his house on fire, and his brother and his mother died. It's believed that happened, but that's not what happened at all.
They didn't explain his sister either.
He doesn't have a sister.
He called the. Oh no! Wait. He
called her sister because she appeared as the sister.
Okay, never mind. I got it. Sorry.
But then you learn that another Adola burst is about to be born.
But they're just gonna be a baby. So why are we?
Adola burst being born does not mean that it's a child.
Okay.
He said another one's about to be born, and another one's about to be birthed.
Okay, so someone's about to get one. That's what it means. Someone's about to be born. What does that mean? Because he got his as a baby.
He got his when he was I think he was like 4, 5.
He got his young. And I
wish his brother got his as an infant.
They keep showing the people in the academy. They keep talking about when him and Arthur was in the academy. I was like, I would love to see them in the actual academy. How dope would that be?
That would be kind of cool. That sounds cool. But I don't watch, so I don't know.
Start watching, nigga. See the devil foot do his work.
Oh wow.
Yo, he has so many dope ass moments too. Like when he stomped on that one dude's face that was ready to kill that girl.
Yes.
He came out of fucking nowhere, and the sound effects they have are so unique. Like they don't use the basic ass Kamehameha charge up. No, they using a whole bunch of bass drops and pew noise asses.
Arthur and Shinra they're both absolutely psychotic.
Hell yeah.
Arthur believes he's a knight. Shinra believes
a samurai knight. A knight samurai.
A knight samurai knight.
So the way he holds his sword, because it's a wood sword, that he makes in a plasma blade, he holds it like a samurai would, but when he fights, he holds it like a knight would. But he also does like some quick slash moves, which is a specific samurai style, but he also does knight moves. He calls himself the Night King. and he gets a power boost whenever his imagination starts running and he thinks he's a real knight.
Yes.
The more like a knight he feels, the stronger he is.
Junkyard scene was absolutely hilarious. When he wears the fake pony in the
Yep.
front,
And then he finds out
yes, he comes out with a fake horse to convince himself he's a knight. That shit was hilarious.
And then he started when they were fighting in the beginning of season 2, he saw a what was it? Actually, let's end the pod and we can talk about this on our own time. Yo, sorry.
Are we still potting? Really? Oh shit!
Yo, Shima thinks he's a superhero. That
Guys,
shit.
I gotta wash my hair.
So
All
look,
right. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna end it and just cut out that area because that was unnecessary information. But
No, you should leave it in.
with that is the conclusion of episode 13 of the Be More Nerdy podcast. I am your host, Galaxy Greg. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, IG, and Twitch. No, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. There we go. At Galaxy Greg, spelled GA1AXYGR3G. I've recently started streaming again, so if you're listening to this, make sure to check it out. I stream Apex. I'll be going ham. I'm trying to race to master rank. Probably gonna get another bet going with my friend. And that's the second highest ranking. Yeah, second highest ranking. So let's see if I can get there. Or Apex Predator. So make sure to tune in for that. As always, we'd like to thank Naj for the intro, casually playing music in the background, and the outro music. So with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Diva.
Thank you, Niles. As you know, I'm Diva XOXO. You guys can follow me on Instagram at always the diva. That's always _the _diva. I don't have many updates going on. Oh, I got a job. I'm back to work, y'all. I'm bossing. So eyes tied. But thanks for listening. Remember to like, share, comment, post, talk about it with us. Let us know what else you want to hear us talk about. And thanks for listening, as always.
TJ.
Right, this is me. You can follow me on all social medias. That's timeless_TJonez on everything social media. Like I said before, I'm not always on it, so you can leave whatever you want. No new updates with me. One step further in becoming a police officer.
Yay!
I can't wait. Other than that, yeah. I cannot wait.
I met a police officer the other day. Her guy who just finished the academy. He's like, I might be a police officer, but it's always fuck 12. I was like, oh shit. That shit was funny.
I was definitely like play songs that just like, like I'm gonna be the same person. It's just me, man.
All right, with that concludes episode 13, and as always, I'm your host, Galaxy Greg, and Space Waits. Peace.
Peace.
Follow dummies.